Yeah, what's going on, family? It's your man B Miles coming to you live once again with another live stream. I'm actually going to be featuring Nuff tonight. All right, let me see. I'm trying to give him the link. Give me a second, family. Hey, what's up, family? What's going on? Hey, Brandon Paul. All right, I'm trying to actually give me a second, y'all. I'm just trying to get Nuff up. Hey, Hope Rice. I'm just trying to get Nuff up in here. Nuff is going to be on. All right, it's going to be me and Nuff. We're going to be on here tonight. Trying to see how can I. Yeah, I'm trying to add. It's gonna be me enough. Hey Raquel. Hey Princess Judah. Hey LaShonda W. Hey Candace Jackson. Yeah, I'm just trying to add enough in because I know it's going to be me and him tonight reading upon this. I know Candace Jackson. I know, right? Yeah, I see y'all. Hey Golden Heart. I see y'all packing up in here pretty good. All right, I'm just trying to add. I'm trying to add enough in here. Hey Mia. Hey Bob Miles. What's going on? Yeah, because it's gonna be a really good live tonight. Another good live. I'm trying to yeah, hey, what's going on, y'all? What's up, y'all? I'm back. Hey, y'all, I'm back. I just had to send enough over the link. Hey, Brett on the butterfly. Hey, Crystal Wilson. Hey, Lachelle Heyman. Hey, Princess Judah. Hey, Joanna Cochran. Hey, Quasi Mutabi. Yeah, y'all, I'm back. I just had to send him enough the link and stuff like that, and he's actually going to be joining us real soon. It's going to be lit to definitely lit. It's definitely going to be lit tonight, and he should be coming in real. He should be hey Octavia Brown, hey Kurt Washington Jr., hey Patricia Preston, and it's definitely going to be live and lit tonight because we actually going to go into the whole history of it. We're going to be sparring back and forth. We're going to be reading it, and he's going to be sharing. And I just, huh? Okay, yeah, I just yeah. Matter of fact, I'm gonna say like before we go ahead and get started, man. I definitely will say, I definitely will say it's definitely an honor and privilege to come to y'all live once again. To be doing sorry, doing this stream, talking about what's coming down the pipe as far as like the Nesara Gezra, or as we say, the Nesara Gesara. And what we want to do is we want to actually, bring in the history of it. We want to go a lot more deeper into it. Brandon Forte is going to be enough. All All right, let me try to see. Hey, what's going on? I'm back. Yeah, y'all, we do apologize for that. I just gave Nuff the link before Tay also got the link as well. We do want to apologize. Hey, Joe Garrett. Hey, Sean Legacy. Hey, Angel Wise. Hey, Cole Red. Hey, Stephanie. Oh yeah, definitely that Octavia Brown. Yeah, any LVPDs in here, they not gonna make it. They couldn't. They not gonna be on the stream. So I just want to say peace, love, and light. To everybody tonight on this great, wonderful, and beautiful evening and stuff like that. We just I'm waiting on Nuff to come in because we really want to discuss this together. He here to listen, and I'm just waiting for him right now to come through. Just sent him the link. We really wanted to get started around like 9:30, so we just wanted to pack people in up here. Get people ready for the information. For what's coming. Just waiting for him because we really want to discuss this together. Yeah, I'm just waiting for him right now. All right, let me see. All right, but yeah, though, fam. Hey, I'm Tycoon, Zone 74. All right, I'm still waiting for him. I'm still waiting to add. Let me try this. I'm still waiting to add more people. Listen, I do apologize. Like I said, we wanted to get started around like 9:30. I'm just still waiting on him. Still waiting for them to like give me a second. All right, like I said, do apologize. Just sent them the link again, just waiting for him to like come in. Yeah, because I definitely don't want, I definitely, hey Angela Caraway, hey Takia Will. All right, okay, no said he's coming. All right, okay, cool. No said he's coming. He just getting everything with you. But like I said though, family, as far as the Nesara Act, I definitely will say Ever since I came across, matter of fact, I'm actually going to give you a little backdrop about how I actually came across this right here, right? It's amazing how the universe works because I came across this act over 8 years ago. And I will admit, when I first saw it, I kind of couldn't believe it. I was like, yo, this sound, too good to be true. But, of course, around that time frame, I wasn't in that mindset because I was still worried about trying to get myself on my daggone feet. I was just worried about myself. But now that I'm actually seeing, I remember since I came back across this man, in 2020, 8 years later, it's really been amazing ever since I come across it because I definitely will say it has definitely been an honor and privilege. You know what I mean? It's definitely been an honor and privilege, to come back across this and to be one of the first so-called black YouTubers to be talking about this on here and to be able to spread this thing to the masses because I just firmly believe like when I saw this, man, I couldn't believe it. I could not believe I came across something like this. And it's amazing that I came across it 8 years ago. I came across this thing 8 years ago, and I just said to myself, like, I could not believe that I ignored it that from that first time. But it's amazing how the seed was planted, how I came back across it. And I have to say, man, when I read this thing, I've been diving and doing a lot of deeper into I've been diving and doing a lot of deeper research into it because it is such an amazing thing. I don't know nothing about it. And it's not a coincidence that they've been hiding this stuff from us from yeah, they've been hiding this kind of stuff from us for a very long time. It's not a coincidence. And the reason why we don't know nothing about it is because most of our people they don't read anyway. They know most of our people they don't read, they don't research, no none of that stuff. So they already know when they come down to information like this, they know a lot of people don't research it. So when I saw this, I said, yo, I gotta write this down because that's how I actually came across the website Blissful Visions when I came across the Nesara. I said, oh my gosh, what? Before T was like, I'm gonna give you the keys to the Star Children. And it seemed like ever since I read up the Nesara, the Nesara, it has really opened up the doors, to like more so, open up the doors to a lot more Star Children and they are out there proclaiming their nationality, and there's so many people still coming. And like I said, to people who we have not responded to, do not be discouraged. We had a lot of emails. We had over like 200 emails. Hey, Miss Elbow Jones. Hey, Kiefer Diablo. Diallo. Hey, Melanin Queen. Hey, God's Illuminated One. Exactly, God's Illuminated One. Right. With the Nazareth Gezra on the black alien like planet itself. Exactly. And they also talked about how they going to like do ET disclosure. It's going to be a full ET disclosure on this. So all of these things what a lot of people have been talking about for a very long time is pretty much being talked about being implemented right now as we speak. And I feel that we really need I'm just waiting on brother Nook to like get his computer set up. Exactly, Crystal Wilson. Yup, they say you want to hide something from black people, put it in the book. You're right about that, Crystal Wilson, because they know most of our people don't even want to take the goddamn time to even read anything. And that's a damn shame. Hmm. Let me hit downstairs. So I actually want to lay down while I'm on the floor. Yeah. I actually want to lay on the floor. What was that damn noise? Wow. All right, like I said, yeah. Yeah. All right, for myself, like still, you know, to this, yeah, yeah. So like I said, we're just still waiting on enough. You know, it's 9:32 right about now, so we still on schedule. Just trying to like see what's going on. Hey, Sage, here she go. Hey, girl. Hey, Sage. Here she go. Hey, Sage. Yeah. Come on, girl. Come on. Yeah, we're on a butterfly. All right. All right, enough. Let me know what's going on, bro. Let me know what's going on, man. What's going on tonight. Oh, Hey y'all, there we go. We back, y'all. We
About time.
apologize. Enough is on. There we go. Enough is on. There we go. We apologize for that. We apologize. What's going on? What's going on, family? Yeah, me and Enough is on here. We in effect right here. Yeah, I'm so glad that y'all stayed around with us. Yep. So we definitely want to be going into like the history of Nesara tonight. And what I'm actually going to do is, um, yeah, me and Enough, we definitely going to go into the history of it. And also, not to mention, we also going to be reading, of course, to all the listeners, what is going to be implementing,
That's right.
what is going to be implementing for a lot of people who don't know, so we're going to keep on, beating it, to the heads of people, till they get it. But if they don't, then oh well,
Right. That's
so
right because
I was like,
that
go ahead now.
that's that's right because information is information, and it's up to us to disseminate the information and find our own truth in it. We're not here to say that we are the authors of this act. We're not here to say that we are the definitive source for all this, but we came across it by like the brother said, he saw it years ago and then it came back to him. You know what I'm saying? I found out about it through him. And what it made me do is go and research more into it. And I started shooting him all type of information that I was finding. You know what I'm saying? So what this is going to be is a culmination of both of our researches and what we found, and we here to bring it to the people. I wish I could have got my laptop up and going. I reset all my network settings and I got to redo passwords and all that. And I was like, I ain't about to hold it up. I could pull it up from my phone, but I won't be able to screen share it. But I'll be able to read along and keep y'all on pace. This my brother from another realm right here. We both Aquariuses and shit. Yeah, man.
Yeah, both came out the nation.
No doubt.
Yeah, definitely that. So I'm definitely going to say, without further ado, for real, Nuff, if you would like to, I would, you can actually start it off, by reading, the Nasara. You can let me know, where you stopped at. So just to let family know for real, if my screen goes black, but you can still hear me, just know that I'm reading it, okay? Just to let y'all know, if my screen goes a
No
certain
doubt.
way,
I got you.
matter of fact, yep. Yep, matter of fact, yep, I can still read it too. Matter of fact, I can still maybe trying to find a way to read it towards y'all. Yep, I can still be able to read it. So, can y'all still see me even when the screen goes a little different? Thank you, guys. Eliminated one. Yeah, guys. Eliminated one. Yeah, it's a lot of information. Oh, snap. Where's Nuff? Oh, man. I think they knocked Nuff out. I think they knocked Nuff out of the chat. HH. Oh, there he is. He back on.
Yeah, I got
Yep.
crappy
So,
data over here,
all right. Okay. Cool.
My
Enough.
data is
So,
crappy over here, so it might happen. So
all right. Okay. Cool. Wonderful. Great. Hey, MC White. Good to see everybody. So, without further ado, enough. If you would like to lead it off, just let me know where you stop at, and I'm gonna just go in from there.
okay, let me pull up my bookmark right quick. I'm going to Four Winds 10, the history of Nesara Jessera.
Oh, my fault. My fault, y'all. I clicked them out by mistake. That was my bad. My fault, y'all. My fault. My fault. My bad. My bad enough. My bad. That was my mistake. Apologize. We apologize. We apologize. I apologize. Enough. I apologize for that. All right. That was my bad, y'all. Enough is gonna come back on. That was my fault. There he is. My bad, brother.
All right, can you see me? It's all right. That was on me. Let me know. No, let me know if you can hear me. Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
All right. So that's cool. This was compiled. This is the history of Nesara, compiled by Nancy Detweiler. November 18th, 2013. History of Nesara. The National Economic Security and Reformation Act, compiled by Nancy Detweiler, M.E.D., M Division. Note: writing a history of Nesara requires locating the separate dots and attempting to put them all together to create truth. The original documents are sequestered, and those individuals directly involved are still under a strict gag order. I have used my foundation, a history written by James Rink. My research set out to prove Nesara by locating original documents and articles written by reputable people that illustrated each of the tenets. I have inserted some of these URLs for these tenets into Rink's history. In my 7+ years of research, I have found nothing to disprove the existence of the Nesara law. The internet is loaded with disinformation that can be easily dismissed by research. And that's important. That's the important part. Research, research, research. Find the research. I can't stress that enough. It's not about just listening to me and be mild. You know what I'm saying? It's about doing the research for yourself. Can you hear me all right?
Loud and clear, brother. That's right.
All
Got to do
right.
your own research.
Now that information regarding the government military cover-up of the extraterrestrial presence is in the public domain, we can see parallels of the facets regarding Nesara that many have used to discredit it. Some of these are deliberate cover-up information, government military gag orders, the suspicious deaths of persons who attempted to tell the truth, control of the media, and the ruining of individual lives and professions. I encourage all of you to do your own research and add to the pool of documented evidence on the truth of Nesara. Now is the perfect time for Nesara to be released to the world. In 1892, bankers adopted Banker's Manifesto of 1892, in which it was declared, "We, the bankers, must proceed with caution and guard every move made, for the lower order of people are already showing signs of restless commotion. Prudence will therefore show a policy of apparently yielding to the popular will until our plans are so far consummated that we can declare our designs without fear of any organized resistance. The Farmers Alliance and the Knights of Labor organizations in the United States should be carefully watched by our trusted men, and we must take immediate steps to control these organizations in our interest or disrupt them." Do y'all understand that was written in 1892? Can you hear me all right, B Mouth?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
Okay, now that was written in 1892. So they already had plans back then to keep the people dumbed down to who and what they were, and it was all focused on what the Americas. This is the last superpower, and this is
Yep.
where Nestor is going to. This is where Nestor is going to actually take place at, and that's why they're doing their damnedest to stop not only the rise of the people, but the release of disclosure and information of what's really going on in the world.
Right. And we fell in 1492, so that was a 400-year period.
Right, right. That's right.
That's.
Yeah.
That's a 400-year period. So that really makes you wonder.
hmm So this is like the first entry of the timeline of this Nesara Act, which was in 1892. The courts
Wow.
must be the courts must be called to our aid. Debts must be collected, bonds and mortgages foreclosed as rapidly as possible. When through the process of the law, the common people have lost their homes, they will be more tractable and easily governed through the influence of the strong arm of the government adopted to the central power of imperial wealth under the control of the leading financiers. People without homes will not quarrel with their leaders. And that was a quote from the bankers adopted when they adopted their bankers manifesto in 1892. From 1907 to 1917, in order to warn Americans, the 1892 Bankers Manifesto was revealed by U.S. Congressman Charles A. Lindbergh Sr. from, from Minnesota before the U.S. Congress sometime during this term of office between the year of 1907 and 1917. In 1910, John E. DiNardo, professor of public policy and economics of the University of Michigan, writes in his article, The Federal Reserve Act, quote, on the night of November 22nd, 1910, a small group of surrogates, listen to that, surrogates of the most powerful bankers of the world met under the veil of utmost secrecy. Over the next few weeks, these men will penetrate under the orders of their masters, perhaps the most colossal and devastating fraud ever inflicted upon the American people. This ultra secret fraud is known as the Federal Reserve Act of 1913. The Federal Reserve Act of 1913 concocted legislation to be foisted upon the People's Congress of the United States that empowered and commissioned the secret cabal of world dominant bankers to print United States currency, a usurpation of our Constitution's explicit edict empowering only the United States government to print and coin currency. The world banking empire used their stolen power to out print out of thin air paper currency, which in no way represents the gold and silver reserve that authentic currency is supposed to represent. You hear me? I'm all right. Y'all still got me?
Oh yeah, you good, loud and clear.
All right. I'm gonna read a couple more, and then I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna go to get up to 1970, and then I'm gonna let you go. All right. 1913, the Federal Reserve Act of 1913. Complete text of the act may be seen at www.federalreserve.gov slash about Fed slash FRACTHTM. So if y'all want to go and actually read the Federal Reserve Act, that's the website www.federalreserve.gov slash about the Fed slash FRACT.HTM. 1933 to 1934. Prior to 1933, Federal Reserve notes were backed by gold. This changed with the new law, Congressional Record March 9th, 1933, on H.R. 1491, page 83. Quote, under the new law, the money is issued to the banks in return for government obligations, bills of exchange, draft notes, trade acceptances, and bankers' acceptances. The money will be worth 100 cents on the dollar because it is backed by the credit of the nation. It would represent a mortgage on all the homes and other property of all the people of the nation. The Banker Manifesto ties in with the United States Senate document number 43 of the 73rd Congress, first session 1934, which states the ultimate ownership of all property is in the state. Individual so-called ownership is only by virtue of government, i.e., law amounting to mere user and use must be in acceptance with the law and subordinate to the necessities of the state. It's on you, B Mouse.
All right, okay, cool, wonderful, y'all. All right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start. You said 1970.
Yeah, 1970, Federal Land Bank.
All right, cool, great. All right, brother Nuff. Let me know. Can you still even though the screen is black, can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
All right, okay, check it out. All right, it says 1970s, the Federal Land Bank illegally foreclosed on farmers' mortgages all throughout the Midwest. In each of these cases, the farmers were defrauded by the banks with the approval of the Federal Reserve System. Enough, can the audience can they still hear me? Can you see in the comment section? Can they still hear me?
I can hear you. Let me check the live comments right quick.
I just want to see because I know.
Yeah, just tell them the type of one. Yeah, they can hear you. They can hear you loud and clear.
All right, okay, got you. And y'all can see me. All right, okay, great. All right, they said these court cases will eventually become as known as the Farmers Claim Program. In 1978, an elderly ranch farmer in Colorado purchased a farm with loan from the Federal Land Bank. They said after he died, the property was passed on to his son, Roy Schwarzenegger Jr. Schwarzenegger Jr., who was a retired military general. Soon after, a federal land bank officer and federal marshal appeared on his property and informed him the bank was foreclosed on his farm, ordering him to vacate within 30 days. Without his knowledge, his deceased father had signed a stipulation which reverted the property back to the federal land in the event of the borrower's death. Outraged, Roy E. Swashigan Jr. filed the class action lawsuit in the Denver federal court system. The suit was dismissed on the basis of incorrect filing. This prompted Roy Swashigan's investigation into the inner workings of the banking system. All right, they see up the banking system. In 1982, Roy Swashinger was given a contract by the United States Senate and land and Supreme Court to investigate banking fraud. I'm sorry, excuse me, y'all, banking fraud. They said, but because he was under strict non-disclosure order, he was not allowed to tell the media what he discovered. In the late 80s, he began sharing his knowledge with others, including high-ranking military personnel who helped bring out a class action lawsuit against the federal government. The first of these lawsuits began in the 1980s when William and Shirley Bakersville, Fort Collins, Colorado, were involved in the bankruptcy case with First Interstate Bank of Fort Collins, who was trying to foreclose on their farm. They said at a restaurant, the lawyer informed them that they would no longer be able to help them and walked off. Overhearing the conversation, Roy Swashinger offered his advice on how to appeal the bankruptcy case. So in 1987, they filed an appeal, case number 87/C/716 with the United States District Court in Colorado. In 1988, on November 3rd, 1988, the Denver federal court system ruled that indeed the banks had defrauded Bakersville's and proceeded to reverse its bankruptcy decision. But when the foreclosed property was not returned, they filed a new lawsuit. Eventually, 23 other farmers, ranchers, and Indians swindled by the banks in the same manner were joined in the case. In these cases, the banks were foreclosing on the properties using fraudulent methods such as charging exorbitant interest, illegal foreclosure, or by not crediting mortgage payments to their account as they should have, but instead would steal the mortgage payments for themselves, triggering foreclosure on the property. After running out of money, they continued to fight without the help of lawyers. Some assistance by the Farmers Union, a new lawsuit was filed by the Federal Land Bank and the Farmers Credit System. Case number 92/C/1781. The district court ruled in their favor and ordered the banks to return the stolen properties with the help from either federal marshals or the National Guard. But when no payments were made, the farmers declared involuntary Chapter 7 bankruptcy against the Federal Land Bank and the farmers' credit system. The banks appealed their case, insisting they were not a business but a federal agency, therefore, they were not liable to pay the damages. So the farmers' legal team adopted a new strategy. According, can y'all hear me loud and clearly, fam?
I can hear you, brother.
All right, okay, great. I just want to check it on the stream real quick. I just want to see their
And,
comments, right? All
and
right,
let me
okay,
say
cool.
something right quick. Let me say something right quick to the people.
All right,
Y'all
go
can
ahead, brother.
actually go to y'all can actually go to 4wins10.com and read along with us. And also, these case numbers are real. I actually clicked on these cases and actually read the case dockets, and they're actually real cases. So click on them links and you know what I'm saying, do the research and study because this is real, people. Go ahead, brother.
That's right. Thank you, y'all. So if listen, y'all, if my screen is froze, it's because I'm reading it from another page. I wish I can share it. So don't worry about the screen as long as y'all can hear me, okay? All right, okay, check it out. All right, okay, let me go back. All right, okay, check it back. They said that all right. They said, all right, let me go back. So the farmers legal team adopted a new strategy. According to the federal law, a federal lands bank 1933 chapter, they are not allowed to make loans directly to applicants, but instead can only back loans as a guarantor in case of default. Because the federal land bank had violated this rule, the farmers legal team was able to successfully sue the bank for damages. Word of the lawsuit began to spread. The legal team would teach others how to fight foreclosure and to help them file lawsuits, as well as case number 93/1308/M. Celebrities as such as Willie Nelson joined in on the case and helped raise the money during the Farm Aid concerts. The Bakersville family case had now become the Farmers Claim class action lawsuits.
Mm,
I'm sorry, worried about the legal ramifications. The government retaliated against the farmers by hitting them with outrageous IRS fees or by imprisoning the legal team under frivolous, non-related charges. When the farmers realized they were unfairly targeted, they had military generals such as General Roy Swashiger sit in the courtroom to make sure the bribed judges would vote according to constitutional law. The farmers,
mm.
a large team of knowledgeable people of the law behind them, filed a new case to claim additional damages from the fraudulent loaning activities of the farmers' credit system. The government tried to settle, but they had already lost many cases and now were losing the appeals as well. More and more evidence
Right.
was collected. According to the national banking that all banks required to register new charters. I'm sorry, to register their charters with the federal, with the federal and state bureau of records, but none of the banks compiled allowing the legal team to sue allowing the legal team to sue farmers credit system. Not only was the farmers credit system not chartered to do business with the American Banking Association, but so were other quasi-government organizations such as the Federal Housing Administration, the Department of Housing and Urban Development, and even the Federal Reserve Bank. The farmers claimed lawsuit
Hey,
was
B
yeah.
Miles, stop right there. Do the people really understand where this is going? Because at the beginning of at the onset in 1892, let me back up a little bit so the people can understand where this lawsuit and why they thought or why they figured they had so much power that they can do this to people. The bankers adopted their Bankers Manifesto in 1892, in which it declared, "We, the bankers, must proceed with caution and guard every move made, for the lower order of people already showing sign of restless commotion. Prudence would therefore show a policy of apparently yielding to the popular will until our plans are so far consummated that we can declare our designs without fear of any organized resistance. The Farmers Alliance and the Knights of Labor organization in the United States should be carefully watched by our trusted men, and we must take immediate steps to control these organizations in our interests or disrupt them. The courts must be called to our aid. Debts must be collected, bonds and mortgages foreclosed as rapidly as possible.
Mm.
I just had to back up to go to the beginning of where this is going as far as this farmer lawsuit. They actually figured that they can do this because they had an edict to foreclose on people property, just like when 9/11 happened. You know what I'm saying? And they had that
Wow.
housing, that housing. Everybody was getting foreclosed on their homes and stuff, and Wall Street was banking on people losing their homes. This is what
Hmm.
they were doing. You know what I'm saying? And then that was when Nesara was supposed to been announced on. We gonna get into all that though. I ain't about to. I ain't about to ruin it. But go ahead, brother. I just had to go back so I could catch the people up on if they thought, we talking about these farmers and it don't mean anything. According to the Bankers Manifesto, this was their plan in the beginning. They just caught people just got wise and began to fight back. But go ahead, brother.
All right, got you. This is some heavy stuff, family. This is heavy stuff. All right, I'm about to. All right, check it out. Though, right? They said the farmers' claim lawsuit was thrown out of court at each level, with the records purposely destroyed. An example of these court cases may be viewed at openjurist.org, and they got the case number inside of this as well.
Right.
They got it inside. All right. Now I'm actually about to go into the 90s now, and I'm gonna let you
Uh
start back
huh.
up at I'm gonna let you start back up at 1991.
Okay, that's cool.
All right. They said in the early 1990s, Royce Washington brought the case before the United States Supreme Court. Some of the content of this case is sealed from the public eyes, but most of it can be viewed today. The United States Supreme Court justices ruled that the Farmers Union claims were indeed valid. Therefore, all property foreclosed by the farmers credit system was illegal, and all those who were foreclosed on would have to receive damages. In addition, they ruled that the United States federal government and banks had defrauded the farmers and all United States citizens out of vast sums of money in property. Furthermore, the ruled the shocking truth that the IRS was a Puerto Rican trust.
Mm.
Did y'all hear that?
Listen.
They said, furthermore, the court ruled the shocking truth that the IRS was a Puerto Rican trust. You can read more of this at supremelaw.org. Let me come back on the screen, love. They said it's a Puerto Rican trust.
Yeah.
The famous up Monique Hill. Yo, they said it
Yeah.
is oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Monique Hill, did y'all hear
Yeah.
that? It is a Puerto Rican trust.
Right.
What? Yo, hold
Yeah.
up. Yo, let me read that again. They said the court ruled that the IRS was a Puerto Rican trust. They got
I'm gonna
this
go to the
on
chat.
supremelaw.org slash L, matter of fact, slash SLS slash 31 answers HTM. In addition, the court, matter of fact, listen, in addition, the court ruled that the Federal Reserve was unlawful. I'm going to read that again. In addition, the court ruled that the Federal Reserve was unlawful. The IRS is a Puerto Rican trust and the Federal Reserve is unlawful. It's like the federal
Yeah.
government.
Right. Right.
Come
Drain
on.
in the swamp.
Thank you. Right. Draining the swamp. Get the book on the Nesara. They got the National Economic Security Reformation Act on Amazon. Get it. I already ordered mine. It's a Puerto Rican trust. Oh my gosh.
Puerto Rican, not even American. Puerto Rican. That's an
Puerto
offshore
Rican
bank
trust.
where our tax dollars go that we work hard that go to these elitist cabal people.
Yep.
You know
They
what I'm
got this.
saying?
Yep. And all of this information, my brother Nuff, They have all of the links inside of this on the article, man. You both reading.
Yeah. That's why I implore the people go on this website, 4wins10.com. If y'all need the link, you know what I'm saying? We'll provide the link where you can go right to the history of Nesara. Oh, you know what I'm saying? And then that way you can do your own research to look up the court cases, the court doc excuse me, the court dockets, the documents and all that. You know what I'm saying? Because I did it. And I'm
That's
like,
right.
wow, I did it, you know? So it's not
Mm-hmm.
hard to do. You know what I'm saying? We just here to share information so y'all can get an understanding of what we really actually be talking about when we talk about natural adjustment. But it's up
That's
to
right.
the people to do their own research for themselves. Red pill yourself, you know. Go ahead,
Woo!
brother.
Man, this is blowing my mind. This is blowing my mind.
Oh,
They
they in
said,
for a treat.
right. They said that the income tax amendment was only ratified by 4 states and therefore was not a legal amendment. Therefore, the
Hmm.
IRS code was not enacted into positive law. I'm gonna read that again. that
Read it
that the
again, brother.
income tax amendment was only ratified by 4 states and therefore was not a legal amendment, that the IRS code was not enacted into quote unquote positive law with the code of federal regulations. Positive law equals laws that have been enacted by a properly instituted and recognized branch of government. So
Wow.
listen, the income tax is not even legal.
It's not even legal.
Not even legal. We paying taxes. You don't hear this shit? It's not even legal. Then you right, Dave and Damon Beverly. That's why they destroyed Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
And that's our family down there.
Yep.
Come on,
Wow.
yo, look at yo. This is blowing my mind. Look at
Hey,
this, yo. Woo, we bringing the heat with the receipts.
hey, it's all gonna tie in. It's all gonna tie in together. Watch,
Oh,
watch, brother. We gonna keep it moving.
oh, yes it is. You ain't seen nothing yet. Yeah, this is heat.
I
All
love
right,
it.
yo. It's not even legal to pay taxes. They said that the United States government illegally foreclosed on farmers' homes with the help from federal agencies. Irrefutable proof was presented by a retired CIA agent. He provided testimony and records of the bank's illegal activities and
I'm
further
not on mute,
evidence that the
baby.
farmers and union claims were
What you say?
indeed legitimate. The
I'm about
implications,
to say
such
I'm
as the
not on mute.
decision, were profound. All gold, silver, and property titles taken by the Federal Reserve and IRS must be returned to the people. The legal team sought assistance from a small group from benevolent visionaries, consisting of consisting of politicians, military generals, and business people who had been secretly working to restore the Constitution since the 1950s. Somehow, within their ranks, a four-star United States general received title and receiver of the original 1933 United States bankruptcy. When the case was brought before the United States Supreme Court, they ruled in his favor, giving the Army General title over the United States Inc. Legal action was then passed on to the Senate Finance Committee and Senator Sam Nunn, who was working with Roy Swashinger. 1991, go ahead,
Whoa,
enough. This is heat.
whoa, whoa. Hey, hey,
We're
hey.
going into the most important stage of
Hey.
government. What's that?
and
And how
then
everything
Senator,
is
and then
right. Deep, deep.
yeah,
Hold on, no, I'm
yeah.
back on. We got B4T right. He had to come up.
No, I
I
mean,
know that's right. I know that's right. How you doing, brother?
what's going on? I was just saying, like, I knew about that. Y'all just bringing it out in the open.
Right.
Woo!
That taxes is non-constitutional and it's against law.
It's a Puerto Rican trust.
Yeah, but there's also the money's going to the Pope, and then he shares it with the with he was sharing it with Elizabeth and so on.
Right.
And what happened now
Wow,
is
yo.
a lot of stuff going on after that
Woo!
because now they're in a fighting with each other.
Yeah, look, we deep on here tonight. We deep.
How many people you have?
140 deep.
Yeah,
Let's go, family.
well, y'all do that.
You can
Um,
say it.
No, I mean, no, I'm trying to call, make a couple calls before there's not over, but nobody answering their phone, so I don't want it.
Or enough.
Yes, sir.
You wanted to add on in something, man?
Before enough say anything, enough. Y'all getting y'all stuff taken care of down there, right?
Yeah, we working on it.
Y'all getting everything squared away. So I don't think they understand the importance of nationality and how it all sinks into us and how we play um a real powerful part into this as a people. I don't think they really understand that. And by dealing with the 209 sovereign nations, we are the number one sovereign nation because a lot of this falls on us. And I have not seen so many of our people just lost in the sauce and waiting for Jesus to come back. And Jesus is not going to come back. But the funny thing is, many people that's caught up in religion and dogma, when they do, if they don't make it this lifetime, they're gonna go back to the ancestral realm and ask the divine, like, why you forsaking me? And the thing that they're gonna say is
Yeah,
that I sent messengers your way, and especially this on the stream tonight. So that's who I sent your way. And a lot of people gonna be surprised when they go back to the ancestral realm and realize that this was needed tonight. Everything is perfect.
yeah.
Everything's in a perfect alignment with what
Mm-hmm.
y'all doing. So this is exposing a whole lot of falsehoods that's been going on.
Facts.
So I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, man, because when me and Nuff read this and B4T talk about it, we read this from the bottom of our hearts, y'all. We want y'all to
Yeah.
know this information and do the research. We giving y'all links on here, receipts. This is powerful info, family.
I'm just
And
trying.
be Miles, I'm gonna be honest, and I'll be honest to the people. We doing this pretty much for y'all.
Right.
We know the information, and we taking the necessary steps to secure ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We want y'all to do y'all due diligence and find the truth within yourselves and follow suit, because we can lead you to the water, but we can't make you drink. We can
That's
sit
right.
up here and we can talk all this information, all it sound good, you know what I'm saying, until you dig deep and you start seeing things that disturb you. You know what I'm saying? And we ain't even gotten to the real deep dark shit that these motherfuckers really doing. This the light shit.
Woo!
This the stuff we want y'all to know. We want y'all to know that there's a better day ahead of us as a
Mm-hmm.
people. You
Say it
know what I'm
again,
saying?
brother.
Just
Say
like
it
he was
again.
talking about the IRS taking this money and they got a title and trust now. And they took all this money, it was illegal. They got to get that shit back with interest.
Right.
And
Right.
that's what the natural gesture is about.
Tell them, brother. Tell them.
You know what I'm saying? We can't be sitting around here waiting for a leader. We have to be self leaders. We have to lead ourselves. We have to get the truth for ourselves and come together as a collective consciousness. And that's the only way we're gonna be able to win against this beast,
That's
because he's
right.
fighting on a technology level, and we got to ride with spirit and light consciousness. That's the
That's
only way
right.
we're gonna beat this beast. We can't beat him on his platform. This material shit is his platform. This his world. You know, he got the weapons. He got all that shit. You understand what I'm saying? But what he can't stop is our rise in consciousness.
Tell them, brother.
And that's what we have to start building on right now. Getting the information and working it, doing the work. Don't let somebody else do the work for you. Do the
That's
work for
right.
yourself so you can gain your own experience and find your own light within the information. That's what it's about.
Tell them, brother. Tell them. Man, you got me all fired up, man. You got me, man. You got me fired up for two reasons, bro.
I'm fired up, man.
But
I'm fired up.
before you say anything though, I just want to say this: people, brothers and sisters, asking how can they get their nationality done. Right now, we have 200 plus people emails right now, and I'm gonna say you gotta give us some time because everybody is trying to come hard. I can tell you that Nuff already got a head start. Shay have a head start. I can tell a lot of people on the chat who's on here who got a head start on all of this. You know what I'm saying? Those that know, they gonna put their fists up, that like they already on this.
Yep.
Can y'all put your fists up and let everybody know who actually on the brink of getting everything done, please? Can somebody please do that?
Shade already put her hands up.
Like everybody that put their hands up, they know that it's real, and they know that this is not a joke.
This
And
is
every
real
and
stuff.
y'all can say it's not, but it's real. Like we had people, like Q Mac, Shay, and a few others that have been doing their research and see how true this
Yup,
is.
Q Mac put it up there. That's
You know what I'm
right.
saying? Everybody that
AC
everybody.
ACPVB Baller 13. He not playing. That's right. We not playing. This is information. You
You know what
ready?
I'm saying?
Yeah, that's right. No, so you wanna go ahead enough?
It's all legit. It's
Yes,
all
sir.
legit. Every
1991.
Who's fire, yo?
1991.
Right now.
With the help of covert congressional and political pressure, Presidents George Herbert Walker Bush issued an executive order on October 23rd, 1991, which provided a provision allowing anyone who has a claim against the federal government to receive payment as long as it's within the rules of the original format of the case. You may read the executive order number 12778 at the URL below www.presidency.ucsb.edu. And that's why I want people to go to this page. Then that way you're reading with us, and you can click on these links and pull up these executive orders, these laws, these cases, and all that, so you can see for yourself that this is actually in the process. It's actually inside of the judicial system, and it's still there. These are things that are actually law. I'm gonna
Mm.
continue. According to the Federal Reserve Act of 1913, all present and succeeding debts against the United States Treasury must be assumed by the Federal Reserve. Thus, the farmers' claim legal team was able to use that executive order not only to force the Federal Reserve to pay out damages in a gold backed currency, but also allow them to receive legal ownership over the bankruptcy of the United States Incorporated. Y'all all right? Y'all hear me? Am I still there? Hold on. You see. I think. Am I still there? Y'all still hear me? Hold on 1 second. Let me look at the chat. Okay, y'all can hear me. Okay. All right. Let me get back to this right quick. All right. To collect damages, the farmers' legal team used an obscure attachment to the 14th Amendment, which most people are not aware of. After the Civil War, the government allowed citizens to claim a payment on anyone who suffered damages as a result of the federal government failing to protect its citizens from harm or damages by a foreign government. President Grant had this attachment sealed from the public eyes, but somehow someone on the farmers' legal team got a hold to it. If you read that carefully, it specifies damages by a foreign government. That foreign government is the corporate federal government, which has been masquerading to the public as the constitutional government. See www.freepublic.com/focus/f/dot-news. Just like I said, it'll help if y'all follow along with me on the page for explanations. Remember, this goes back to the Organic Act of 1871 and the Trading with the Enemies Act of 1933, which defined all citizens as enemy combatants under the federal system known as the United States. Okay? B Miles, you there, brother? I don't know if he there or not. The justices and farmers' legal team recognized how evil and corrupt our federal government had become, and to counteract this, they added some provisions in the settlement to bring the government back under control. A. First, they will have to be paid using a lawful currency, backed by gold and silver, as the Constitution dictates. This would eliminate inflation and the gyrating economic cycles created by the Federal Reserve System. See Article 1, Section 10 of the U.S. Constitution. B. Second, they will be required to go back to common law instead of admiralty law under the gold fringe flag. Under common law, if there is no damage or harm done, then there is no violation of the law. This would eliminate millions of laws. This would eliminate millions of laws which are used to control the masses and protect corrupt politicians. C. Lastly, the IRS will have to be dismantled and replaced with a national sales tax. This is the basis of Nesara law. When the legal team finally settled on a figure, each individual will receive an average of $20 million per payout per claim, multiplied by a grand total of 336,000 claims that were filed against the United States federal government. The total payout will come out to a staggering $66 trillion. The United States Supreme Court placed a gag order on the case, struck all information from Federal Registry, and placed all records in the Supreme Court file. Up to that point, Senator Sam Nunn had kept the Bakersfield case records within his office. A settlement was agreed to out of court, and the decision was sealed by Janet Reno. Because the case was sealed, claimants are not allowed to share the court documents to media outlets without violating the settlement, but they can tell others about the lawsuit. This is why you probably have not heard about this. Let me check back onto the stream yard right quick, see where the brother is. D Miles, you still there, brother? I think I'm alone. Okay. Well, we'll just wait on Brother B Miles to come back, and I'm gonna continue reading this out. Okay. All right. Y'all in for a treat tonight. That's what's up. Let me get to where I left off at right quick. All right. All right. Okay. Okay. In 1991, Roy Schweiziger went before a Senate committee to present evidence of the banks and government's criminal activity. He informed them how the corporation of the United States was tied to the establishment of a new world order, which will bring about a fascist one world government ruled by the international bankers. In 1992, a task force was put together consisting of over 300 retired and 35 active U.S. military officers who strongly supported constitutional law. This task force was responsible for investigating governmental officials, congressional officers, judges, and the Federal Reserve. Chief of Naval Operations Admiral Jeremy Broder, General David McLeod, former Director of Central Intelligence William Colby. They uncovered the common practice of bribery and extortion committed by both senators and judges. The criminal activity was so rampant that only 2 out of 535 members of Congress were deemed honest. Y'all hear that? The criminal activity was so rampant that only 2 out of 535 members of Congress were deemed honest. But more importantly, they carried out the first ever audit of the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve was accustomed to giving orders to politicians and had no intentions of being audited. However, after they were informed their offices would be raided under military gunpoint if necessary, they complied with the investigation. After reviewing their files, the military officers found $800 trillion $800 trillion, trillion with a T, sitting in accounts which should have been applied to the national debt. And contrary to federal government propaganda, they also discovered that most nations had in fact owed money to the United States instead of the other way around. These hidden trillions were then confiscated and placed into a European bank